See, I think we're good. I think we're alive.
You are? I just heard you in my other window.
Alright, great. Welcome back to Eris. We are gonna try to finish this off today, because I think we got like another 2 hours or so. There's a little more exploration to be done on the surface.
Yeah, I've been told you just got space jump.
Yeah, that's right. You guys...
Another good argument for starting with a cup of coffee in my hand.
I have
What
space
else
jump.
did I miss while we were talking about very important things last time? Oh, you can jump through enemies now. I did actually see that.
Yeah, now that I have like...
Evasion, right?
Yep. But space jump makes it a lot easier to notice.
And it was in here. Aha, I did pay attention.
There was one thing here. I'll take
Oh,
that. We're going up
that's
against
neat.
Dragon soon, so the more I
Right.
have, the better we will be.
How much was in the Super Missile pack again?
Just one.
Oh, yeah, figures. I think the Zero Mission hard mode does that, right?
Yeah, Zero Mission Hard Mode does two missiles in a tank as well.
Hmm. So it's like there is official precedence or they took inspiration. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
inspiration on this game. Zero Mission came out after Fusion, right?
Yes, 2004?
Yeah. No, wait, this is later than Prime, just inspired by Prime, of course. Yeah, never mind.
How did you have space jump animation before the power-up itself? I think it's related to having the screw attack, or a form of screw attack, because the evasion power-up that we've been talking about is its replacement.
Yeah, the evasion gave you the animation. I noticed that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go back into the Marble Shrine.
About to ask what the plan is.
Well, it turns out that Dragon is hiding in here. But also having space jump allows us to get to a few new areas.
That's usually the case.
Yeah, especially in a game like this, I find.
You know, it's hard to tell sometimes. Do you see it on the map if a room has like a top exit? Because I could see that be an issue.
No, at this time, like, you could absolutely do, like, mini-maps, the mini-maps where the tiles have, like, door transitions marked on them, but it was not common to do.
Hmm.
These days, it's more common.
So once again, it could be an issue with just stuff that is go through that doesn't look go through.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's like I don't
like
want to
this.
invent a problem that isn't there. But oh yeah, okay, never mind. There is one.
But that's coming back.
It's coming back. Oh yeah, okay, good. That's obvious enough. And you know that there must be something in this room so that you can open the artifact.
Now, this is the guy that lowers the lava, and it
Okay.
requires space jump to activate.
Oh, you can actually see the small logo there. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Now, there's no lava in this room, but what the other thing that he does is if you jump into the lava in the original and try to say, oh, I'll just skip him, there's actually a block in the way. What he does is he
Oh.
removes a block at a very specific location in the game to let you pass.
That's clever. I didn't even make the connection that this is the lava remover guy because honestly, the end game of Super Metroid I've done like once. Like I just didn't replay the game that often, must admit.
Right. And that's why it's worth explaining things, because people, I wouldn't expect everybody to know, like, various bits and pieces about like, how the games work. Like, I've
Yeah.
played all of this enough that I just kind of have it in my head a lot of
Yeah.
times. Like, oh, it's this guy, I need X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, and of course, even if I had played it like 2 or 3 times, it might have been twice, then I wouldn't even know that there is a block that prevents you from sequence breaking the lava because I just didn't try.
Yeah, and it's not like you're likely to find that out. It's just it's like a thing that you discover from playing or from like editing. It's like, wait a second, there's a tile here in. Why is there a tile here?
This room looks really cool, by the way.
Yeah.
I think here the water effect plus the background, muted color background versus the very clear foreground. That's very well done.
You got the little elevator here.
Is that like an edited, what's it called, Ripper that doesn't deal damage to you?
It could be, but I'm thinking it's more likely that it's just that normal guy, but he's got some sort of thing going on with him. This is all air spikes, apparently.
Huh. Obviously.
But
Ouch.
the evasion does let us jump through carefully, so you basically need space jump here.
Yep. It looks terrible, though, to be honest. Like, space jump movement is not really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, and sadly I took a lot of damage from the other parts.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Hope you're gonna be okay.
I hope so too.
These guys. Are their name Key Hunter?
Yeah,
K.I., right?
K.I.
Yeah.
They're like supposed to be teamed up with the pirates in Super, something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Man, if only you could scan them and get some deeper lore information for those interested, huh?
Oh man.
It would be a cool idea for a Metroid game.
I don't want to go down, because that's a one-way path. And then
So
I'll have to
people are
go...
gonna say, I don't want to go down this discussion. It's like, okay. Didn't know it was controversial, but okay.
We'll do a quick recharge here, because, like I said, there's going to be a boss in a moment.
Sure. It's very handy after that gauntlet of pain you just went through.
Yeah.
Smart design decision. I mean, if this was like a super hardcore hack, which I don't condone, but many people do those, of course, it would be like, yeah, of course you have to dodge perfectly and then have a boss that has its damage tripled, because fuck you, that's why. By the way, this room, impossible to tell what's a platform or not. The dark blue is like, come on. Sorry, but this is unreadable. Just want to balance the praise.
Mm-hmm.
So wow, I really noticed on my voice that I am hit by the allergies. I'm gonna close the window.
The mollusk as the Ridley eye. I missed that message. Yeah, that was back in the room that Simon was saying looked really nice.
Yeah, I also read it too late, so I couldn't go like, oh yeah, which one? Sorry.
Alright. Here's Dragon. We do have water on the bottom. Okay. But there are no... No, it's alright.
Where is the water level? I see it now around the cube. Yeah, you can see it on the small cube rise up and down.
Yeah, it's about like 5 tiles off the bottom. Low enough that I'm gonna have to deal with it, but like not terrible.
You just wrote in the thread that you are good at doing ROM hack nonsense. Dragon underwater, no quick kill, no problem.
Yeah.
So I hope that you don't choke and are able to show it off
goes.
well.
I'm gonna choke 1 sec. But you can mash out.
Dragon is a boss that I really didn't understand when I first played the game. It's like sometimes it grabs you and sometimes it flies here, and when do I hit it? Is it just a timing thing? It's just really annoying.
Yeah.
It doesn't really kill you if you have a few E-tanks. It's just like, okay, do I ever get a chance to hit you? Not a great design.
Yeah. It's hard without gravity, but it is like,
I mean, in the original, right? The quick kill isn't obvious.
No.
I don't think. And I appreciate they put it in, but it's not obvious for a first-time player. And then you have situations where, like this, where he's just like flying back and forth and back and forth. You're like, am I just supposed to time the shot while he's flying? Because obviously, while he's doing the gunk stuff, getting hit by the gunk means that I also can't hit him.
I didn't
Quote
go
unquote.
far enough to the side
Mm,
to get him to start spinning the gunk early enough.
yeah, I remember you saying that in the thread. It is like there is something you can do with it and manipulate the patterns and so on, and you have some manner of control over the fight. But overall, I would say it's just not very well done or communicated. So I'm quite happy that they moved away from this style of boss. But it's a good effort.
I think it's pretty fine to play if you're just playing normally, because you will have your gravity suit. You'll be able to avoid stuff. It's just the intricacies are learned as more and more people made like challenge versions of the boss.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I hope you can't hear that in the background.
I can't hear anything.
Very good, because our washing machine has just started the heavy rotation. Chosen armor with a Z. Okay.
It's our gravity
Oh.
suit.
Okay. That's why there is no Varia, because they just invented new suit.
Guess so.
Question
But
mark?
they could
That's the
have
only upgrade.
they could have put Varia in here, but I guess there's no heat damage, so like,
Yeah, I mean, why bother then?
well, it would have been nice for damage reduction.
resistance?
Yeah.
Mm. And if you told me that the original concept for this was that it's much more open, right, before the update. So I can see why they don't have random hot areas, so that people are not incentivized to go on hell runs and make it even more open and or not, depending on how big the hell run is. And also the damage values, they are not very well calculated anyway. Guess they were just not interested in saying, okay, so you can't go to this area because A, you take too much damage, B, there's too strong enemies, or the player goes like, yeah, but should I? That's part of the discussion we had last time, where it's not obvious if an area is just too difficult or if you are too bad at it.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
very
kind of
hard
like
to
how
know
it
that.
was. It's kind of like how it was when we did Subversion, and we got to the Hive the first time, and it's like I
Yeah,
had low
exactly.
health, and it's like, am I supposed to be here? I
That's
don't.
also why I know the name of the key hunters, because those were the big trouble enemies you were referencing, and that is exactly it. It's like, if you trust the game to be well designed and give you an appropriate level of challenge, then you also don't expect the game to ask you to do stuff that seems impossible at first glance.
Yeah, and it was
It's a
really
very
just a
fine
it was
line.
really just a thing where we didn't have enough health, and as a result, we're just like, this seems a bit much. But really, it
I
turns
also
out we
didn't
were able
quite
to dodge.
understand what the issue with the key hunters was, because you gave up rather quickly. No, not that I'm blaming you, but I
Yeah.
think that was just your own knowledge, like, oh, I can't hurt them with this beam combination, and or I would need much more super missiles for that, and I think I would have just used charge beams in a safe spot and just try to grind through it, because I love charge beaming enemies.
It was I think it was a case of, like I said, low health, and they were doing like a full energy tank of damage.
That too.
So it was
But
like,
hey, official
uh-oh.
games do that too, like most fusion enemies do at some point.
Yeah, that's true. But there's also a lot less damage reduction on the suits in Fusion.
Absolutely. No, once again, not blaming you. I completely
Oh, sure.
understand that this is definitely a difficult thing for a designer to get right. It's a very hard tool to go like, oh yeah, you can't go through here because the enemies are too strong.
Or I want to make a hostile area, but like if you want to make a hostile area but let the player you have to make the player go through it, then you got to really balance carefully.
Yeah, exactly. There's also something that I did notice when I was first playing Dark Souls and not used to how the game thinks. There were often a few enemies where I'm like, no way in hell is the game actually expecting me to do this, or I must be here early. And sometimes that's true. Like for example, the Hydra in Darkroot Basin, where it's just like completely and utterly intimidating. And I think that's intentional, because it's not that hard actually, and you can easily block those heads, which is absolutely not intuitive. Ah, this is how you get that. Cool.
Yep, you gotta come out that way. No way to get into it otherwise. But
That's
we're
very
done with
interesting.
we're done in the marble shrine now,
Cool.
and the armor is the last kind of thing we need. Frankly, it's oh no, I wouldn't say it's unnecessary just because of the water stuff. I think there's more water below, but it's you just need the 4 crystals, the 4 artifact crystals to get through to the end of the game.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you if you actually need, like, absolutely need the gravity suit for one of the artifacts, because we got 2 or 3.
I don't think you do when it comes down to it, because we got all the ones we got so far have not needed it. But I wouldn't go into the end of the game without it, because even if I don't need it for water stuff, the damage reduction is just too much.
Yeah, so this is a huge
Gravity
jump
suit
in the,
like
it's
does
unchanged, right?
yeah, it'll do a full 75% damage reduction because it's supposed to stack 50 and 50. Like that's how it's supposed to look when you do it, because Varia reduces by 50 and then Gravity another 50 more. But they never really did that. It just Gravity Suit gives you all the benefits of Varia.
Yeah, once again, something that never comes up in the original game.
Yeah. But it's like, it's an issue to the point, so, quote unquote, it's an issue to the point where we've got people who have done patches to split the functionality.
I mean, it's less flexible, of course, when you try to make a really cool game with open progression, stacking differently, and so on.
That palette is a bit garish, is basically the Hex subtitle. It's true. There was one point where I was like, man, is it possible to make the palette in this game look a little better? And I like tried to repalette the opening room. And like, it worked, I did it. But it was just like, it's not my hack to modify, so I didn't really want to sit there and like make big changes or like submit hey, like, here's a
It
repalette.
seemed a little bit rude, like submit the colorblind edition. Or you could sell it as that accessibility. Nah, just kidding. Don't do that.
There we go. Now I can climb these stairs.
Oh, there's more of them. Can you free them?
I don't think so.
No, not the animals. Oh, these are freeing themselves. Have they traveled up the pipe to the right? Interesting. Wonder what all the green stuff is meant to be. Oh no! I understand now. I didn't want to.
You've learned how the sausage is made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are spikes on the ceiling there, too.
Great.
It turns out it's not salad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a way in. I just gotta
There must be. There's something you want. Maybe you have to get into the food processor yourself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or sort of.
That's disgusting.
You can have a meat salad. Wasn't expecting this to turn into Master of Time.
But yes, meat salad indeed. As a German, I know very well. So it's like very interesting regarding like the lore of this. Oh, you can get in.
I can get into that one. I saw that power bomb in there.
Yep. If you want to dive deep into the world building here, because I mean, why not? It's environmental storytelling. You can think about it. You can talk about that.
They are animals. I mean,
That's like fine, but I mean, this whole thing, as we established, is like basically completely abandoned. All the chozos have been replaced and or turned into statues. So this is basically just killing animals and then letting the parts rot for no reason,
Yeah.
because nobody here is going to eat the chicken salad. The question is, who captures them? How long have they been in there?
Yeah. And how have they stayed alive for so long?
If only we had a scan visor.
If only we had more lore.
I want to know.
Oh, there's an item down there, too.
I'm demanding this. Yeah, it has been there for a while. Wasn't it also power bomb?
Maybe? Yes.
Yep. I remember you uncovering these blocks here. Oh, it is not a power bomb, but you need one. Very welcome, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something I missed is that Fusion does throw energy tanks at you, like 20 at the end. Yep, the whole energy tank of damage is not a big deal in the end game. Can happen a little bit earlier than the end game, though.
Yeah.
Nightmare is a real nightmare for fight because of that.
I can get this one now.
Yeah, I always forget how high you can actually jump with a spring ball.
It's the same as your normal jumps.
Yeah.
Which is different from other games. Other games don't do it.
Yeah, because in Fusion the spring ball is of course just mandatory, or rather it's packaged in with the high jump. And there it's just like the height of a bomb jump. And I never got the spring ball myself in Super Metroid. Because, optional.
Right.
And therefore I don't have a lot of first-hand experience. Also, it's not like you particularly need it at any point.
I did not know.
And yeah, Yakuza is also really bad in Fusion.
Yeah. He's a
What's
challenging.
really annoying, the heart emoji thing for the reaction is hiding one of the words of every person's chat message until the next person
I
writes.
know. I noticed that.
It's so bad. Anyway, 1% in Fusion. Yes, that is even worse, of course, yeah. It's a very crucial part of the information. Otherwise, it's like a toss-up if Nightmare or Yakuza is worse for a casual playthrough. But for 1%, I can see it, because Nightmare is very consistent to avoid once you get good at space jumping, which is not a given. And I have complained about it before on this stream.
Alright. I'm gonna hit that save station one last time, and then we're gonna head down towards the end game. Because we've gotten everything other than probably a couple of power-ups I've missed, which I don't care that hard.
So we do have 4 artifacts, I forgot.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There was the one that the dude was holding. There was the one kind of in the very bottom right of the map, in the Phazon Garden area near the Metroids. And then we picked up the 2 of them today. The one in the salad room and the...
I didn't know that we got 2 last time, but as I said, I wasn't paying attention at the end. I was kind of losing it. Too much Metroid at once.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Ports of Prime and 1 and 2 handled it. The spring ball is bundled with the bombs, exactly, and you can flick the Wiimote.
Yeah. That was because 3 had that, and they backported it.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's the move that everyone... That makes Spider Guardian easy for everybody.
Yep. I did play 2 on GameCube, and yep, died a lot.
I loved Spider Guardian. I never had a problem.
I loved it too.
I never had a problem with him as a kid.
I had a problem, but I loved it. I thought it was so inventive. It taught me a lot about thinking this is great design, but also I suck at it and die a lot.
It is hard because there isn't really any health refill. Like, that's the part that I'm sure everybody had the trouble with.
It's one thing. It's you have to figure things out under a lot of pressure because that thing is moving around.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of skills at once, basically. And you have to time your bomb jumps. You have to be very careful with your left-right movement because the parts where you have to bomb jump on are sloped. so it's very easy to run off. And all of that, and then you have to time it correctly so that you stun it, then do a bomb jump while it's stunned, and then activate the bomb ports. And it's like, whoa, please, my man, that's a lot of things you want me to do here while I'm still struggling hard. But awesome concept. I do think that I do like Prime 2 personally a little bit more than 1 because it has more inventive parts to it. Higher highs, basically. Lower lows, too. But
Missed opportunity to have the walking statue deposit you in the hands of the statue at the end of the hall. A little bit, but I think it tends to be tricky to line him up because he's a sprite and not a block.
This looks really cool, by the way.
That parallax hall is kind of cool, even if it doesn't really make much sense. Hello.
Doesn't matter, it's cool. Ah. Okay. So you have to just... Wait.
Yes, I can...
Can't from here?
Make a short jump over the...
Yeah, jump through inside thing. Yeah, this one here, that doesn't make much sense. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, whatever, just hold right.
If I can jump through the transition, that's better.
Yeah, I don't like these carrying the shine spark through the transition. Like, it always feels like the door is grabbing you a little bit too early.
Speaking of early...
Huh?
No, I jumped too early.
Oh, okay. It's an almost.
Metroid's there as a trap for you if you jump too far. Yeah, but you can't go through his wall.
Yeah, I was about to say, we did test that. It is another missed opportunity. Maybe it was originally like that, and then people were really hard, complaining really hard. Because I mean, it's annoying enough to even nail that.
I'm just doing a bad job here. The parallax is making a tough time of, like...
Judging when the room is going to end?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was just a bad jump. I did a tiny one.
Not even a shine spark puzzle, right? You just have to do a boost jump.
I jumped too high and I hit the ceiling.
That is unnecessary. Like, this just shouldn't be. In my opinion, especially like pacing wise, you're just like, fuck yeah, I unlocked the end game. I got all of these things and now I'm in this cool hallway and the green mist and whoa. And now I have to spend half an hour here doing this idiotic puzzle. Like, just let the man progress.
I'm immediately Metroided.
Oh, so
no,
you are rewarded by Metroid to your face, regardless of what you do. Sweet. Yeah, if this was actually fusion, then you could just store the spark and start running again on the second slope. It almost seems like it was designed with that existing, but...
that does exist in super hacks these days, but actually it existed even back in Redesign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was a bit funky, from what I can recall.
Well, most of those mechanics are rather funky. Oh, I see. I do like the detail that these are Metroid eggs that have partially opened.
Yeah.
And the Metroids is it opening the floor tile here? Did I see that correctly?
Yeah, he kind of broke out.
Because I think the FPS of at least my Discord stream wasn't enough to really see that correctly.
Ah.
Otherwise, it's crisp. The Metroids are flickering weirdly in this room.
They flicker in general.
Absolutely Aliens vibes, yeah. Oh yeah, we don't have the X-ray, right?
No, we don't. I think the crystals replace the X-ray as far as a power-up.
Yeah. So you do have to just powerbomb them.
I guess so.
I mean, that is kind of a puzzle, I guess. Hi, Delphine. Whatever works. Oh, another one? I was honestly wondering if those trapped in the wall would break out eventually as well using the chew-through tiles technology that the other one exhibited.
Well, I was looking for a. It says that there's a room to the. Oh, there we go.
Ah. Oh. Okay. Puzzles within puzzles.
There we
And
go.
there it is. Alright. I mean, that's kind of cool. To look for your prey.
I'm the hunter.
Uh-huh. That you are. The bounty hunter. Okay.
Oh, there's another.
Oh.
There was an item hiding in there. I didn't even notice.
Well,
It's just a piece of the grass.
yeah, but a solid piece of the grass.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, there's another one
So-
hiding there.
Oh my god. I would never have seen that. But you heard it, right?
I just kind of saw it flicker.
Oh god. That's too much. Shouldn't have done that. The rest of the room was pretty cool. Anyway, explain yourself again why you're not getting 100% items.
Why I'm not?
Yeah. But considering how well some of them are hidden, interesting puzzles.
There we go.
Inventive bomb this one tile, there must be something here. Technology.
Okay, we're going to switch over to super missiles for this.
Hmm.
Or not.
Does that actually help? Oh. You still would need 8 supers, I guess? They're immune to supers?
Shouldn't be.
It's bizarre. Yeah, that's an important point Lorcatron brings up. The Metroid room does suck if you don't have enough power bombs stocked up to kill all the Metroids behind the wall. Does it mean, do they respawn if you don't kill them all at once?
I believe so.
Yeah, they do respawn regardless, so it's an item check.
Yeah, but the thing that confuses me is that that's the way to go. Like, okay, there's this, but you need to go the other direction.
Yeah, but that means that you have to have probably something like 9 power bombs to be able to get into the Sabbatite room. Because there were 3 Metroids behind the walls.
Just looking at the map.
The Sabbatites don't respawn, right?
I think they do.
Oh, so it's actually also a missile upgrade check and you need to go in there with maximum missiles?
Okay, so I'm looking at what it is. I'm just looking at the room name, basically. And what's through that whole corridor, down below where the Zebatites is the plasma beam.
Oh,
So I guess it's a missile check.
yeah, sounds like it.
If the supers don't work, then it's a missile check.
Great.
Oh, they don't respond. Okay, so then we can get it.
Yeah, cool.
I thought that they did. They're weird. They're not even called like regular
Yeah.
sprites.
Yeah, exactly. I do know that. That's part of like the room makeup itself. You almost had it anyway.
Yeah, they come as a set of 4 in those specific locations, but they're called through like a sprite command, not actually.
What is that fake crate resprited?
Yeah.
Cool.
Golly.
Huh. Oh, there's another one. Beat. Yes. Nice use of the after images.
Did you know that the echoes there have a separate set of damage values compared to the actual speed booster?
I think so, yes. Because I watched these Super Challenge hack video things.
But yeah,
And,
the shine
really
echoes
high.
do a different set of damage.
So is that an explicit Alien reference? I forgot.
I believe so.
Or Prometheus, maybe. Haven't watched that one. Ooh. Okay. Right, that's background. The shine echoes have a damage value of yes.
Oh god.
Whom do we have here? So where is the plasma beam then?
Ah! That's gonna actually kill me.
Oh,
Where's
That's
the,
not very
how do
nice.
I get through? There's how I get through.
oh, that's
Maybe it
terrible.
won't kill me. Maybe it's not.
There it is.
I just had a feeling it would actually kill me, because...
I mean, I can understand. So it was very effective atmosphere setting. Super Metroid jump scare. The question from the chat is, isn't there something that crashes the game if you hit them with shine echoes? Or am I just thinking of how things get wacky when you hit the ninja pirates with them?
It might be that. I'm not sure about a crash from Shine Echoes. Also, the big Metroid is gone now.
Good, good. Maybe not. Maybe it's waiting behind the store.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any wackiness with the pirates. What does it do?
I'm not sure.
Huh. Huh. Very easy to look up. Oh, this should go a little bit quicker, right?
A little bit. They still have a lot of health.
Well, a good reason to pre-charge your shots. Yes, indeed. So does the plasma beam here work as it does in Fusion? I think it's in Fusion, where it's actually that good because while it passes through the enemy, deals damage per frame.
Plasma beam, I don't think it hits per frame, but it can hit more than once. So you see there's two, you might be able to see there's two white flashes
Yeah, you can
there.
see the flashes. Yeah, because I think in Fusion it's like the longer it travels through the enemy, the better, and that's why it's actually kind of a slow-moving sprite.
That's why it's also like ridiculously good against Ridley. Because
Yep.
he's so huge.
Exactly. Which I think is a pretty cool design in general, so that you're incentivized to make sure that all the three beams hit. In the sense that it makes intuitive sense, even though you might not know about like per frame values.
Yeah.
Right, so did we have a plasma check anywhere, or
No.
what did we gain from this, progression-wise?
For progression, no, nothing. Plasma can't
Oh.
really provide a progression unless you make an enemy that can only be damaged by it. In most hacks, it's technically considered optional, but like everybody's gonna want it because, you know, big damage.
Plasma is awesome, especially in Prime. Some of the best feeling moments to get the plasma beam in any video game.
Yeah.
So just this room is progression and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so all the Metroid stuff you don't have to do unless you want the plasma, so the check is not actually required, so that's okay.
Yeah, seems that way.
I think if you're doing like a low percent-ish speedrun thing, then you won't take the time to get the plasma anyway, so it's fair.
Elevator.
Edward Thor says that early plasma is what got them big into Edward Prime sequence break. Edward intro Metroid Prime sequence breaking. Yeah, I can see that.
We're back up.
I see. What's in the rest of the room? Doesn't matter. But yeah, it is very enticing once you realize that, oh, it's in an early-ish room, all the way up there. Man, it's a loud siren.
Yep, I live in a city.
Technically, so do I, but last time we heard some ambulances from my end, so I can't really complain. Not that I would want to. So where on the map is that now?
We are, just to the right of the ship. Oh, the ship isn't marked on the map.
Ah yeah, so this is still part of the snow region, I guess. You just couldn't get there any other way?
Yep. In the original
fountains.
In the original game, this was actually where Plasma Beam was stored. The whole location that we went to just now was added new for the 2012.
Oh, interesting. Is that all super? You can't get the other ones, right?
They're not real. They're just
okay.
Yeah, they don't flash. They're not an actual pickup. They're just there for this is super missile manufacturing, I guess.
Trolley room number 17, secret alcove. Ooh. Checked out. Is that another kill everything in the room with plasma bombs? Yeah,
I think
power
so.
bombs. I mean, at least they die in one. And you start with 3, right?
I think we started with 4.
Yeah, okay. But then it's enough to clear this room even on a low upgrade run.
Yeah.
Just analyzing for the speedrunners here. I'm sure nobody has had these thoughts before or speedran Eris.
Oh, I should have opened that green door that we saw a moment ago.
Would that have been a way back from a different room?
Yeah, it's just a shortcut opening.
Maybe you have to get back to the ship through here anyway.
I could. Oh, energy tank here.
Sure, why not?
That's fine. Then you go
sure.
through this wall and you can go back to the ship's room. But I would prefer not to, just so that I don't have to go back all the way around. Because like I said, I forgot to open up the green door.
No, I was just referring to a possible escape sequence.
There is an escape, but it's handled differently.
Okay, big spoilers.
Ooh.
And you save all of the chickens in the chicken grinder room. The cages open after you trigger the countdown. They have to go all the way back there.
I'm just gonna look real fast. Was there an item in here? Nope. I find that item, as somebody who hacked this game once upon a time, I haven't done so in many years, I find that placing items is really hard, because you want to put something in, like, every suspicious corner.
Yeah. You had this discussion when you were playing Subversion blind, basically, and it was a lot of, but there is a enticing corner here. No, that's just for flavor. Oh, there is an enticing corner here. Surely there must be something. No, it's just for flavor again. It's like,
Yeah.
I do get that a lot. I also I've gotten better and better at finding secrets at first glance in video games, and so I keep going into every corner. It's like, Well, if I was a level designer, I would have put a secret here and not over there.
Yeah.
But there is nothing here, so why did I go in this corner? Just because it's there? Come on, give me a break. You need to reward me with something. I'm used to this now.
Give me a dopamine rush. I need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on the game, of course. Some games are pretty good at actually rewarding these corner secrets, and others are just like, yeah, we are gonna put some collectibles and audio logs, just, wherever. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Have I played Metroid Planets? I have not. I know of it. That's a fan games, a series of fan games, isn't it? Like somebody made an NES kind of inspired fan game engine that people can build their own stuff on.
So like Zelda Classic?
Sort of. The difference ends up being that Super Metroid actually has, or most of the Metroid games at this point actually have a pretty good tools. So it's not like in Zelda Classic where Hyrule Magic is pretty bad, so no one really uses it.
Is that like Luna Magic?
Named similarly because it was developed around the same time.
So for actual ROM hacking, whereas
Yes.
as I understand it, Zelda Classic is to make a fan game, right?
Yeah, Hyrule Magic is specifically for Link to the Past. But as I mentioned, it's not really used by people. And it basically has to do with not much, no one's really maintained it for a long time, so no one really does anything with it, and it just...
Yeah, that is a big of an issue, of course.
Yeah.
But if you have much better tools, then it's always like, yeah, why, right?
Heck, even Metroid 2 is getting some, it has new tools lately. People are starting to make Metroid 2 hacks.
Oh, wow, that's fun. I'm not sure if I would use that as a base for anything. Not that I hate it, but, it is rather limited. Just from screen size alone.
It's more, it's less limited than Metroid 1 when you think about it.
I guess so.
Although there have been
from
some
what
interesting...
can do, yes. Screen size, color-wise.
Yeah, that's
more.
a bit harder to work with. But I've seen some very impressive looking rooms. Over on Metroid Construction, they do a Room of the Month contest.
Oh, that's cool.
And people just show off the rooms that they make and the hacks they're working on.
I do like that, because then you don't have to feel incentivized to make an entire hack, just so that you have something to show for.
Yeah, ostensibly you're supposed to do it as projects that you're working on, but...
I mean, you can always compile a bunch of cool rooms into a big hack if you feel like it. Oh, we're falling down. Is it still on the map? As a very long room. Yeah, the clarification is that by default, Metroid Planets is basically a remake of Metroid 1 with some extras. And it also has a randomizer mode.
Hello!
Where you can... Oh, hi! I completely forgot that we still hadn't done Ridley. And now you got a healthy supply of supers. And plasma.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's surprising he's not turned blue like everything else.
It's a living! Not my joke. Credits to NGT BSS. And also to Slow Beef, of course. Right? Was Slow Beef?
Yes, and diabetes.
Was Blind Metroid Prime?
I think so.
Good shit, classic shit.
Yeah. I was actually re-listening to a bunch of their old podcast episodes from like 2011, 2012-ish.
Did
2013.
podcasts even exist back then?
Yeah.
I didn't become aware of the concept until like 3 years ago or so, when everybody in the pandemic was listening to podcasts. I didn't get it, but I've started listening to some Magic the Gathering podcasts now. For tech reasons.
Gotta get that EDH deck tech.
No, for limited mostly.
Oh, okay.
I'm only playing Arena. I'm not spending money on Magic. I'm not crazy. I got a house to pay off now.
Yeah, you can definitely afford to pay off a house with all the shit that you gotta spend on that game.
Yeah, but what if I open really expensive cards and sell those on the secondary market and that pays for the house? I probably should start getting into it then. Maybe even start a podcast about what's the best idea for Magic finances. Sounds like fun. Good use of my time, and probably people could pay me on Patreon.
Avoid the cardboard crack.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
I just look to my right and I see my boxes. I don't have tons and tons, but I have enough. I started playing a couple years ago.
Well, I used to play 15 years ago, and then I stopped when I was moving, not the regular group anymore, and they introduced Mythic Rares, and I was like, I don't care for that shit anymore. And then I started playing again on Arena, because at some point I was like, Magic was fun. How's it doing right now? You can just play it online for free forever? Awesome. And I've proceeded to do that. I haven't spent a cent on Arena.
Congratulations. I don't think I did. I don't think I have either. But I also haven't played much of Arena at all. I like to play with my friends. I don't really like to play against random people.
That was something that turned me off initially, but it's fine, because most of the fun I have is just, there's a dead Crocomire here, is just drafting new decks and trying strategies I haven't done before yet, and it's a necessary evil that you actually have to play the decks then.
I know.
As a kid, I used to just build, and then pit some decks against each other solitaire style, just to see if they worked, and if the opponent was playing nice. So I guess I should get into EDH then.
That was how I ended up starting to play.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. Too bad about the whole costs money aspect.
Too bad about the whole state of affairs with it.
Yeah, everything about it. Great game engine. Maybe they should make a ROM hack of it. Anyway.
Right,
couldn't afford as good as an art department, however, so the cards would end up being pretty garish. Huh?
Yeah.
Bring it back on topic. Methvin says, I'm into the real hard stuff these days. Warhammer.
So not only do you need a whole house payment's worth of money to get into Warhammer, you also need a whole house to hold your Warhammer.
Yeah. I got a bunch of people in the German Discord, a bunch of goons are also into Warhams, but they're all the meme of, oh yeah, I should paint them at some point. Surely I will. Oh, full, huh? It looks like, oh yeah, only 36 missiles and 25 supers, like we're just getting started filling up our stocks. Like, nah, sorry baby. What the hell is up with this
How
guy?
many dudes how many things does he take?
What the fuck?
Well, now I gotta go back to these guys.
You filled him with thrice his body size and body weight in missiles.
Strongest asshole.
Slab's roof of this critter can fit so many missiles inside it. Also, now you have to find 3 more and waste all of your missiles on those.
You might have spoken too early.
That's 1 more. At least we have the good music to tide us over. That's 3 more.
Well, they will.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, I became too fast for you to live on me. There is even more. Great! Yay! Very efficient. I applaud you for your problem-solving skills.
Thank you.
So can you go through that door? Oh, you can. Question mark. Ah. Oh, interesting. So, but the door on top, is that open now?
Nope. We gotta go down?
Or did they hide one of them in the wall?
I don't know. Actually, no, they couldn't do an enemy kill room here because these get infinite
Because it
respawning
respawns.
guys.
Yeah, right. Yes, it did seem like a kill room with the tough blue guys specifically made for this room.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not it.
Alright, so we're gonna go down.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a mandatory Shine Spark puzzle in BD.
I landed on the wrong side.
Wrong tile height, right?
Yep.
Could be better designed. And what do we have here? It's Crocomire. I mean, that was.
I'm gonna do the weird
foreshadowed.
grapple. Oh, the weird grapple thing's been patched out. Okay, never
Oh
mind.
no!
Oh, he's also been given damage resistance to plasma.
Oh god. I mean, it does make sense in a way. On the other hand, plasma is optional, so give me a break here.
Well,
right?
no. I mean, like, if he gets hit by plasma beam, he just immediately backs himself all the way into the pit. He and just dies.
I do know that actually.
Yeah.
But, good to explain for the viewers, but yeah, I feel like if you go through the trouble of getting plasma, they could have given you an instant kill here, right?
I guess. It's not really a big deal. Crocomire's still not trouble.
Yeah.
But
Also
explains
don't
why
mind
we saw a
fighting.
bunch of Crocomire heads.
That's again environmental storytelling top notch. I think there are some really good ideas just beyond level design in this, and the graphics do matter for that for sure.
Shame
As
about
in
the palettes.
environmental details. Yeah, sure.
The
That
palettes
always
are the
comes
thing
back
that
to
always, like, kind of hit me the most with it. And, like, it's interesting, but it's got a real problem, like, with contrast and clarity. Which,
Yep.
that's the unfortunate part. But at least, like, he did get better about it with his next hack.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go back up?
Meanwhile, NGD has written, she went looking and couldn't find a TAS of Eris. Instead, she found a TAS of one of its contemporaries, Mockingbird Station.
Oh.
What were your thoughts on that? He asks you.
I did play that years and years ago, and the only thing I remember of it is the fucking Fantoon fight.
Go on.
The fucking Fantoon fight, from what I can remember, is basically you're stuck in a zigzag room
Do you
with...
need to kill the gun?
I don't know if I need to kill these guys. I guess not. You're stuck in a zigzag in Morph Ball. The only way you can fight Fantoon is by hitting him with bombs.
What?
It was fucking awful.
That sounds
Like, you know, like there's a
Spider Guardian was too nice.
there's a bunch of hacks that exist out there. Like, and I've played a lot of them. Do I remember all of them? No. Do I remember anything else about that specific hack? No. But all these years later, 'cause I played it once probably 15 years ago or whenever, and I remember that.
Hack creator be like, yeah, so mission accomplished, memorable game. Don't know what your problem is. It's really funny though. I keep thinking that you don't have infinite space jumps because of subversion.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for the meter. Is it about to run out? Yes?
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm getting attacked. He attacked me in my moment of weakness. Oh, he comes back.
Oh, it respawns? Cool. Freeze it.
We'll just climb back up here.
Yeah, so this room is incredibly confusing. Like, what the hell are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm going up.
Yeah, sure, but you're falling through stuff, and you have to go through this stuff, and... Ugh.
This is the the one-way fall downs.
Cool. Fun. You've ragged on the palette enough, now it's time to rag on the gameplay.
Yeah!
Nice foreshadowing of the roly-poly enemies that you have to use the morph ball here to succeed.
Oh, piss.
Oh, but can't you get back up again?
No, it's the fall-through one-ways.
Oh.
This wire is too much to overcome.
Oh god, I didn't even realize there were fall-through one-ways. We had go up one way. Did you have fall-through one-ways as well?
You can invert that tile.
I mean, that makes sense, just...
Yeah, you invert that tile and it does. The same deal.
Yep.
Fell too far. Space jump gave out.
Back too far greedily. And now I actually see the wire as well, yep. Love to refill on those big dudes.
Nope.
Meanwhile, NGDBSS is doing some more investigating, quoting, Phantoon can't be vulnerable except Bauman. It takes 3 rounds to finish him. 1 round I did not make his eyes open immediately to refill energy cause he does much damage to Samus, so I presume that's from the task comments. And apparently Phantoon is the final boss of Mockingbird Station.
There we go.
Cool. That sucked.
That room is... yeah.
Oh, don't fall down to the left. Oh.
Get off.
Just a casual 5 super missiles. Don't you see, it's the end game. It has to be hard.
Novel concept.
When you don't know what a hard game versus an obnoxious game even means.
Oh, that was another one. And door
Isn't that
closed.
It became too fast to live.
I know for a fact that the door here is not waiting for us to open it.
Alright. You're in the abyss, I see now. You were just climbing up the bowels of Eris, and yep, sure. A bunch of rooms full of shit, am I right, guys?
Hey, energy tank.
Yeah. I mean, that one was at least pretty obvious that there was going to be something hidden. Game gets one final update. Hack creator listens to me, is like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to fix that. Adjust the palette so it's the same as the rest of the room. That's it. That's
oh wait, sorry, this was too visible. This game really brings its aesthetics at the end.
I do like that it's forcing you to use the charge beam more.
We are now entering the red area on the map.
Ah. Through room number 9?
1.
1? Ah, we were in the swamp?
Yes.
Ah, yeah, right, okay. So you didn't actually climb up the bowels, or did you?
No.
And
is the bowels room 21 in yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got into there and then had to turn around.
Oh,
or we had to go a different path.
Never mind. So these are the hidden ruins, and you were in the Cyobelian Shrine Shaft. That's a bird that exists.
I don't know why I'm having Samus's visor is all colors right now.
Maybe it's tied to some other thing that's flashing?
Well, like, the visor color comes about... the visor flash does change in certain instances, like dark rooms it changes to yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just be an effect, but like... I mean, it is an effect of some type, I'm just not sure what they did.
You think it's deliberate, or is it informed by the room being funkily coded.
I would assume the colors are deliberate. The room, it's probably called for a certain reason. Here's another one of the weird parallax rooms.
Oh god, my eyes.
I'll speed through it.
Jesus. Ew. Path of the Chosen One with a Z again. So you can't pass through there if you don't have the gravity suit?
Oh, hang on.
Better move fast.
Actually, yeah.
Whee!
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
We're in trouble now.
Yeah, that does sound like trouble.
It'll be alright, but...
Yeah, it's not that bad, I guess.
Oh, it
But
actually
you have to
stops.
speed
I
through.
could have probably just kept going. This is the hack that removed damage on screw attack, yes.
Will you get an extra screw attack later, or was it
No,
completely supplanted by
it
elevation?
replaces.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Huh. I was
Was that
really
speed keep?
thinking that
Yes.
would have bet that at the end there was a speed gate, but no. Nice enough. Could have just space jumped through.
I think there was, bomb walls at the end.
This room was called the Trial of Speed.
Was that the legendary Fanta Lake?
If it does no damage, then is it just screw?
That's a reasonable statement. I don't like it.
Oh, to be in my early 20s again and to make thousands of double entendre jokes with that for the next half hour. But I'm not gonna.
Double entendre jokes are universal. It doesn't matter what age you are.
It's true, but on the other hand, it's not even much of a joke.
Yeah, fair.
That's the extra reason I'm stopping.
Now, I don't remember why, but we have to come into this room. Something important, I guess. This is... I think this is the number 9 room in the red.
Checking. Yeah, that's a singular room here. Chozo's Trial. There he is, Chozo. Oh no, it's alive. It's flashy. It does damage. Kill me, my daughter.
Really, the boundary between statue and not. A statue and life is really being tested here.
Maybe they are... All of these statues actually have fleshy Chozos inside. And they are just encased in a thin shell of stone. Horrific. Okay, so what did it do?
Well, that destroyed that guy, opened the room, and I assume it opened this door for us.
Ah, okay, sure. It seems rather random, to be honest. Once again, it's like if that has a lore reason or a thought behind it. Be nice to know that.
First time watcher, long time Eris lover, better treat her well. She's gotta treat us well too. But no, I've played this hack many times, I really do enjoy it.
I really enjoyed looking at it.
How much
Are
further
you
do I
back
have
here?
in the endgame sequence? We're almost finished. So now we can get out.
The door on the top left of this room, right? That open now?
This one opened here. There's two things I gotta do first. Can I get through here? No. Okay, so yeah, we're back in...
Oh.
These doors are now open.
Map station doors.
This is an optional thing to go and do, I believe. I'm not sure.
Just seems to keep going and going. I mean, yeah, if we don't even have the screw attack to look forward to as an ultimate upgrade.
We actually have everything, other than Variosuit.
Yeah, and I mean, doesn't exist, so
But yeah, we're
yeah.
almost finished here.
I do like the dense map. I think that's very well done, making the most of the space. There is a widescreen hack of this game. Sapphire never got it to work. Huh. Supposed to be BPS files. Oh, that's why there was a map station door. See, that's environmental
Entry log
storytelling.
uploading to Visor.
Okay, does this explain everything?
Last report. Surface is not responding. My team is dead. My wife. Only me and our child now. Wayland told us the planet was safe. Lying bastards.
So
Something
it
has
is
happened and
alien.
Faith now replaces my cold skepticism. The Chozos speak to my daughter. She said artifacts are aligning. Unbound knowledge imbued upon her, a gift from them. She holds the key to take down the Metroids. She must be saved. Dr. Rush.
Mega Man's dog? Okay. So I don't get it. But did you have to kill that Chozo brain because it was influencing his daughter in various ways?
I don't know. But, like, I believe that's just an optional thing that you can get. But it's just,
Yeah,
like,
you
the
just
little
want-
bit of lore in the game that can actually get explained.
I mean, that's better than nothing. I was actually asking for that, so cool.
Yeah, like, it's not in the start because there is no opening sequence. Or if there was, I've forgotten. But basically she's assigned to come to this planet to search, to figure out what happened to the Federation research team that was here.
I mean, that is usually a bit of a thin premise, but there seems to be a lot more behind this. All those Chozo ruins and such. Aha. Ah, Phantoon, another final boss. And it just makes sense, you didn't have to fight the bosses to open the endgame sequence, so the bosses are now in the endgame sequence. Oh, did it always have the eyes on the outside?
No.
Vacuous Phantoon?
Will I be playing Vitality? I think I am. Not today, but just in general. I think I am. I'm not sure why the screen does like a kind of flash when he gets hit. I think it might have to do with the kind of like the sort of glow effects that are going on in the room.
Yeah, it doesn't look super intended. So otherwise the fight is unchanged, presumably? Maybe some other health values?
It might be health values, but it's the room layout. At this point
Also
in
probably-
the like history of Super Metroid hacking, changes to bosses were not really that doable, other than health values.
Yeah. Yeah, the room is a little bit more narrow, okay, yeah, sure.
It's a bit more narrow. It's got these little spikes I'm standing on.
But they don't hurt you. Really drop the ball on their hard as nails hack here.
Oh my god.
Also, it should damage you the entire time. Oh, it does change color. I was just about to comment that it probably didn't.
He changes colors at like fixed health variables, if I remember right.
So it's not like Dragon, who has like 5, 6 different colors?
Something like, yeah, it's like he only changes at certain health values above 0. Yeah. Because
Oh,
if
there
you
you
give Phantoon a lot of health, like more than normal, he won't start getting orange and and red until you get down to the rest of it. Is it
Like
doing a
normal
mode
amount of health, though?
mode 7 pixelate effect? It could be, because he's running on layer 1, at least some part of it.
Oh, that's it. He is the final boss. I was just joking.
I forgot there's an actual timer.
So much of an escape sequence if you are not told to get out immediately.
It did sort of tell us, but it's fine. We're going up.
Just like other M. No. One of these days, Edward wants to play a hack that makes Kraid the final boss. Kraid in the escape sequence under the time limit. Just being fat and in the way. Don't actually do that, that would be a terrible idea. Isn't kind of spoilers for Dread, but the final boss there somewhat like Kraid?
Hey, take a look.
Is that the animal to save? Oh my god. It's her. Oh. Oh,
So,
I see now.
we actually can't spin jump anymore because we've got a child hanging on. So I can no longer space jump. It's not going to matter for that much, but it is a neat little...
Oh, that's cool. So, is that optional?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Otherwise the door doesn't open?
I think so. I'm not positive. I've never really tried.
It's really neat. Cool.
There we go.
There we go. Very nice. Even saved the animal, the human one. Now that is the palette. Oh, that explains it. The entire planet has a weird palette.
Space jump is no, but speed boost and morph ball are okay.
Did you morph ball?
I didn't morph after getting her. I didn't even try.
It would be really weird, like the child hanging on, but just like
Just
going
rotating around
with
little, yeah. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Eris is a cool game. It's hard to look at these days in places. I appreciate so much like what he inspired within the community. But like, yeah, it's a little challenging to go back to at times. Not even just because of difficulty, just traversal. I know I mentioned that the 2009 version's more open, but come to think of it, like it really isn't. Like the big change is that you could in the original get evasion as soon as you get bombs. I did actually like look it up. Mm-hmm. But like the Marble Garden is open, but you can't do anything there without super missiles. So there's like no reason to actually go there, so I don't blame him for putting a door on that one.
Yeah, I think that is generally a good idea because, I mean, ultimately you're still going to be gated by the same doors and keys you get because it is still a Metroidvania where you are working with the same subset of tools that the original gave you, generally, usually, in that hack. And that means that, yeah, sure, if you can go everywhere, but just encounter locked door after locked door after locked door, the only thing that you're really doing is demanding of the player to take more notes of where to get back to later and increase the game time they have to spend going there.
Yeah.
And that is why games usually lock you in more. Why the more linearity is not necessarily a bad thing, per se. I think optional non-linearity, where you can find shortcuts, but it's very clear where you have to actually go, like Zero Mission does it, is perhaps the best way to have your pie and eat it too.
Now I did see that there is a change in this one to actually make it so you can get the charge beam as soon as you get bombs. In the original, you needed grapple first, because the one of the blocks above your ship that lets you go towards the charge beam is one of the grapple crumble blocks. So like There are some changes in general. It is faster to get charge beam here, but it's just a minor change for the most part.
Well, it's not minor for me because I love charging my weapon. So thank you, Digital Mantra, I guess.
Yeah.
You never know. Did you say his name at any point? Because
probably at the start of the, probably in one of the first videos that we did, not the stream.
I just completely forgot, but Sapphire actually mentioned it. So thank you. I was all the time I was like, is it awkward to ask now? And obviously he didn't change the credits, so can't even know from here. Man, you should have been faster. Now we don't even know if Samus is a girl or not. Do you think you profited a lot from knowing what to do?
Oh,
here?
certainly. The first time I played it, I was wandering around for hours.
I wonder if it would be interesting if you, for example, gave me a hack to play that you know very well, and I'm just bumblefucking around until I'm like begging you to tell me where to go next.
The problem with doing stuff like that is it's so hard to recommend hacks because so many of them require like little bits and pieces of like technical knowledge or like skill knowledge.
I mean, technically, I know things. Still, I'm not very used to stuff. I've been saying a lot of, oh yeah, I don't know if I could this room. So definitely see the issue there.
Yeah.
There we have it.
It's hard.
Mantra.
Yep, it's on the little intro. It's hard to say, but it is like I love these. Subversion was the one that it's like, oh wow, I finally have a hack I can recommend to just like anybody because it's the difficulty level in it is pretty like reasonable throughout.
Absolutely, that looked perfectly acceptable. And as I said, even for the Hive segments, I think I would have just sat down and be like, okay, so I guess I'm just going to see how far I can go here. And it was like 3 rooms in the end, right? So it's like, cool.
I have played Hydelius, even a little bit recently, but it's a very big kind of hack. It takes a long time to just go through rooms. Every room is kind of like large, and it has this whole like lock and key structure to it, which is interesting. But I wasn't going to play it for this, for any of the streams that I was doing. It's a bit. I think there'd be a lot of dead air. But playing it on your own, put on podcast or whatever, and just do that, that works perfectly fine.
So FP, you said that you hacked before, quite a while ago, but did you ever make a full hack?
I never made a full one. Because I never had I just never got... I never did enough.
So you're just playing around, making single rooms.
Well, I would always... Well, I worked on stuff, but, like... let me see. How about... Let me go find some stuff. Let me go find a hack of mine. Old smile.
Should I play one on stream? You guessed. Despair at your old bad level design when I don't know how to proceed.
Then none of the stuff I've made is long enough to do that sort. Old smile? No, not old smile. I want smile RF.
While you're looking, Sapphire asked, what about Lost World of Phazon? Those hacks are harder.
Phazon is really good. That one's... I'm amazed that we've got the 0.4 update to it a couple of years back. Lost World is like even longer than Hydelius. It's like the second longest hack on Metroid Construction by average completion hours.
It's a whole world, duh.
It's like 18 hours average completion.
Oof. Like blind or
yeah, kinda.
speedrun time 9 then, or
I gotta clear a thing. This is the last hack that I was working on from like 2017-ish. And like I thought about coming back and oh, hang on, I gotta go back. I gotta set my controller.
those dastardly standard controls. Default, that's the word. Ah, that palette is a breath of fresh air. You can actually see stuff.
So this was I was calling it Super Metroid Ampera because my first hack was Volta. So I thought Volt Ampere.
I see. I was thinking how to spell it, like Empyrean with Y.
But yeah, I've always loved the snowy planet
Did you
visuals.
mute the color of the Super Metroid, Super Missile door?
I changed it, yeah. I changed the colors of a lot of things.
So now your missiles are minty fresh. I like this. The mountain range in the background reminds me of the good backgrounds in Donkey Kong Country 3's mountain levels.
Yeah, and even then, that's just the normal criteria landing site background. It's just
Is
that,
it?
yeah, just
Don't
moved
really
it
see
up.
that.
You can see it with the ship, but that's about it.
That's sad a bit, because I mean the sprites knew what they were doing back then. Cool that you unlocked it. Ah, the blood missiles. See you immediately employing the technique of gating the player.
Yeah, but not too far. So weird seeing a blue sky in Super Metroid.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's like the weather is just always bad usually.
Force the player to learn that those stone-looking guys can be killed by missiles. Not that it's gonna be, not that it would be like a huge deal, but you know,
No, I
make
was
them
about to
learn.
comment, in the original, are they not only killable by mothball bombs?
Bombs, power bombs, plasma beam, something like that.
Right. So that's a good moment of game design to teach the player exactly that.
And that door isn't open, so it's like,
You have to look for the tile. Yeah. Ah, and you had to kill all the enemies. The guy was hiding up there. See? See? Eris didn't have any map stations, right? Just was
just the one at the
stuff.
end for the thing, yeah.
The lore.
So the area to the right was never made. In fact, the room to the right of the landing site was also never made, but there's no super missiles available in here yet. So, like, pretty much everything that exists in this is what you see in front of you.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, it's a good start for sure. Don't know if there is a little bit more that people that are used to hacks would think it needed to really grab them, or if you had that planned for like the next room.
But, okay, let me show you the influence that Eris had.
Go on. Next room, just pink and green and
Tile layering.
ah,
Using layers 1 and 2 in, like, subtle ways to line things up. Like, tiles can't normally intersect the slope that way, but if you put them on the second layer behind, then you get a nice clean thing. Same goes with these
that's
the
nice.
little plants in front
Yeah.
of stuff.
Cool. Yeah, it looks very natural. I also do like the green of the plants is also very subdued.
I also did some stuff with, like, tile set blends. I'm not happy with these mushrooms. If I were to ever get back to this, I would make them less bright. They're a little too bright in my
Yeah, they
eyes
do
these
stand
days.
out. They do stand out. The green of the background of that room is also a bit of a sticking point, I would say. compared to how the rest of the rooms are. It has a nice pastel-ish vibe to it. I do like that. It does show that you thought about the art aspect, but you're not trying to make the whole thing about it.
Yeah, like make it look good, but not overbearing.
Do you have like a unique idea? Anything where you're like, other people haven't done that, but I can be the one to pull this off because I think this would be awesome?
Not really with this. And frankly, if I get back to hacking, I've already been like kind of workshopping in my head a different project. I don't think I will for a while. I gotta finish Awful Emblem first, the Fire Emblem hack that we've been working on for over a decade.
Right. You were mentioning that. And I wish you best success, of course.
Yeah. So you know how like model homes exist and everything? They got the furniture in them and they got it all set up and everything just to look exactly right for a screenshot.
This is your screenshot?
Yeah. There's nothing to this room.
I see.
I took a screenshot down here at one point and that was it.
Very cool.
Oh, hello. I think that's vanilla. That's vanilla powerbomb placement. This is the criteria to Brinstar elevator right at the start of the game, the blue one.
I see. Yeah, no, makes sense. You were just playing around.
I need to put a blahage in there. Yeah. Get that shark in there. There is a map station over there. I'm not sure why I never just, like, put a better platform to get up to there, but I never really did.
I mean, now the hack is just showing its teeth, right? It's for the cool guys who know how to do the single-tile wall jumps.
I've done the wall jump for that, but basically this whole thing was, it was going to be a ring shape, with, like, Turian in the center. So it was going to be, like, 4 worlds on the outside, this ring in the middle, and Turian in the center.
I see. Now that's an interesting concept. That's what I was asking for when I asked you if you had like an overarching idea that would make this unique.
I guess so, yeah.
But don't get me wrong, like you show a lot of craftsmanship, but at the start I'm not wowed. It's almost like vanilla super, where you're just like, okay, you have this item.
Yeah, and I had started this in 2015, so, or maybe a little earlier than that.
Yeah, this is not a big critique. I was just wondering if you like had a dream of what this would eventually turn into.
I did want to do a like crystal cave kind of thing, like a crystal mine or whatever, as a visual area. But I never really found good crystal graphics for it, so I never really started building the area.
Just copy paste them from the crystal mine in Hollow Knight. Nobody will notice.
There are Hollow Knight sets these days, but on like Mario, there's somebody did a Path of Pain. What's the is that the name of it? I don't remember. It's the White Palace. It's the White Palace.
Yeah. Which is good, by the way. I like it. Path of Pain too.
I let him break the blocks.
Ah, also interesting. So it makes the fight a little bit easier. You now can dodge better. And you got enough missiles to just one round him with them.
I don't remember if I increased his health or anything. I might have increased it just a little bit.
Well, you also increased the missile drop, so... I like how you immediately shot that one extra tile on the right that sticks out. Like, I would put an item pickup in there. It's like, wait, that is me who could do that. Why didn't I do that? Or here.
I don't think that's anything.
That's in vanilla, it looks like that sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And I always keep trying to bomb them. This is just copied of the original shaft you go down after your first door. I think. This room looks very familiar. So all stone enemies are vulnerable to the missiles?
I don't know why those guys are gray, actually. Or
I think something playing around with enemy weaknesses, that might be something. Like
yeah, like
unique again.
the first hack I did
Selling
wanted to incorporate like the beam pirates from Prime.
I
But
immediately think of those.
It doesn't work as well as you would expect because the game does not have any delineation for different types of charge beam. Just all charge beam are the
They carry the charge property.
yes.
Basically.
And so if you make an enemy weak to charge beam, it means all charge beams of any beam type.
I mean, you would also always have to go into the menu to switch.
Yeah,
So,
which is annoying.
yeah, no, I would rather think beam or missile or grapple. Which, you know, that exists, but it's not often explored because you can just either ignore enemies or just all of them are default charge beam weak.
Yeah. But also, like, here's another instance of the tile set mix, because, like, we're sitting on top of the, like, that ring structure I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and then you go down through it. I'm just gonna see if I can do a, infinite here, but I gotta line up for it. Okay.
Immunity to all beams but ice has been called into chat.
I'll look at the chat in a moment, once I'm done with the bomb jump.
Sure.
I know the slow bomb jump. I don't know how to do the fast bomb jump.
Oh, I don't know the slow one either. I do know that I can do it in Zero Mission because I played around with sequence break tech in there so that I can do a few things. But I mean, it's deliberately easy. Convex
Yeah.
by a good job in Zero Mission so that you can actually
Oh,
pull
I
that
don't-
off as a normal unit.
I don't have the map working on here because it's the room states.
Ah.
Huh.
Also,
Okay.
it's broken.
That's what I mean. The map is not working because of the room state. Okay. Well, whatever.
Sure. Still impressive.
It's because Fantoon hasn't been defeated.
Makes sense. Final boss Fantoon. Return on the map. Like, Samus, you need to go to this planet so that we can extract the map data from a central room. Should be
Easy.
20 hours later. It wasn't easy.
I'm just gonna grab the... I don't think I have anything that requires power bombs sitting around in this area.
On the plus side, I can get a large bonus for that work. Have new tools become available in the years since you last worked on this, where you're like,
Yes.
oh man, I need to put this in?
Yeah, so when I was playing Subversion, I mentioned the editor Smile RF. No, not RF, Smart. And it was made by the guys who made Subversion. So essentially, they developed the editor alongside the hack, and it allows for the creation of rooms similar to how Lunar Magic does, where it handles all the transition, or not transition, the transposition of data. So you no longer have to repoint all your data yourself. Smart will take care of it for you.
So it would massively speed up the process then.
Yes.
And what I was more meaning was like any kind of things that you could not do before, which you could do now, and you're like immediately, I always wanted to do that. Like editing boss rooms, for example. I know now it's possible, but that must have been like a huge source of, oh, now I can do this and this once the tools became available for that.
I guess maybe to a little extent, but for the most part, it was just like, oh, adding new items or whatever was kind of the big deal.
Mm-hmm. And that has been solved with stuff like the what's it called? The no damage when phasing through enemies in Eris.
Oh, evasion. That's probably a hex. That's probably like a simple modifier. Like, if you turn
Eris
screw attack damage to 0, then I think it might work. But yeah, no, oh yeah, the enemies are not placed right here because of room states. You'll just see pirates at random.
But yeah, like the dark visor in Subversion.
Yeah, that was totally new.
Yeah. Ever think that you could do something like this? Just something completely different? Or would you have stuck to the traditional toolset?
Probably would have stuck to... Like, seeing Subversion stuff is kind of what I'm, like, looking at. I'm like, man, I would love to make a hack with some of these tools.
So I figure that must be a source of inspiration, just to see somebody else do something really cool with new tools, and you're like, I want to do something cool as well, but I didn't like the Dark Visor puzzle, so I'm going to use a different visor.
Right. I've seen somebody do a thermal visor in a remake of Prime, like Fendrana. Someone's been doing a Fendrana, like a Talon 4 Tours series. This is just Brinstar with some graphics that I didn't end up using in it, overwriting stuff.
Wonder why. Was that already the first attempts on the Crystal Cave that I saw there? It's really cool behind the scenes. Happy you're showing this off.
That's broken. The background is broken there because of the scrolling, I want to say. Also, there's a secret passage there if you want to go through here without needing bombs. I was trying to build in some breaks. I don't know exactly how that path would have worked out, but it was there.
Do you think that you start by just adding some freedom and then figure it out later what the speedrunners do with it?
Kinda.
Now immediately think of the space pirates delineating invisible walls somewhere.
Oh, I forgot. So, like, when you go
then
through...
Then you unlock a visor where you can see them afterwards.
When you go through here, you can see, oh, hey, there's a camera scroll.
Uh-huh.
Well, that guy.
You motherfucker.
So it's like, hey, wait, there must be a thing over there.
So you go through the spikes?
No.
Through here. Ah.
There you go, there's your favorite.
I love it. Thank you.
But like that's about everything that I put in. There's a couple secrets. Just like extra rooms. My first hack was very linear in its rooms and worlds, so I was like, okay, how can I add some more connecting areas as I go? So like trying to have separate paths or extra ways. Even then,
when you actually start out doing a project like this, you have a lot of cool ideas. Like, I want to do a puzzle with invisible walls and pirates, and I want to do a new upgrade and so on.
Yeah.
But I mean, a hack ultimately kind of lives from the connecting tissue, right? You can't only have puzzle rooms. I mean, you can, but that's like...
I think that there's something really... I feel like I'm starting to come to the conclusion that like the big sprawling nature of hacks sometimes is not as fun as the smaller connected areas. Like, I'm gonna keep talking up Subversion because I really do think that it's like fantastic overall, but it's made up of it's made up of a lot of small connected areas.
Yep, it is very good in that, and it shows a certain restraint about that. And that's also something where I'm like, I think part of what the original did was also show off. In the sense, like, look, we can make a planet that feels like an environment. and that's much different than on the NES and the limited size of the Game Boy. But even though the Game Boy already did quite well in Metroid 2 with showing like these ruins and so on, but the Super Nintendo was like, so you arrive and it's just a huge room. That's the first thing you see. Like, you can do a huge room now where you can actually see a lot of it at once. That's cool. Scrolling in all directions, environment, effects, just first impression, that's crazy. And I want to explore all of these corners here eventually. You can see, okay, here I'll need something, here I'll need something. That's really cool. But ultimately, I feel like whenever I see this room in a hack,
there's supposed to be an item there, but I've messed
sense.
up. I've messed up the indexing, and I forgot that I put a super missile here because if you go through there, it actually takes you into the room on the other side that had the like the backwards gate.
Ah, yeah.
And you can
and
get
then
an
you can progress from there.
early
Yeah.
energy tank.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. But I think when I see a big room like this as the first room, I'm always a little like, I don't know. It seems like you're just copying without realizing why they did that originally. And it's a good place to start, of course.
I like sometimes having the secrets within secrets. It's kind of neat.
That is cool.
I don't know if it's just me, but like sitting there, whenever I see like a small room, even if I've gotten the item in there, I always try to look for some other way to go, something else hiding in there. But yeah, this is pretty much everything. I guess there's a power bomb door at the top of the landing site, but that's probably just because that's where it was in the original. I don't think I've got I had a room planned there off the map, but I never got to it. Anyway, this is probably my favorite room in the game so far. I just really like the visuals on it.
I did like it too when I first saw it. I feel like it looks a bit like a rooms in Fusion do, where they also play a lot with the environment, so that it feels like, okay, this is like what they wanted to build there, but also from how compact it is. I feel like a huge part of making a good room in a Metroid game is that the player isn't overwhelmed by it at first glance. I personally, at least, I really don't like it if I go into a room and the room is just gigantic and there's 5 doors and there's like, okay, and also some secrets, and oh, I see I have to return here later on, and I'm like, oh, it just feels like immediately like a chore. But if the room is compact enough, they're like, okay, maybe it even has 3 exits or whatever, that I can see them within walking distance of each other. Like, okay, so here later on, Morphball, okay, it makes a lot more sense to me, and I can grasp it.
I have not played this in a long time, but this was a contest entry that I was working on.
Yeah, I feel like this one room did pull it off to finish the thought.
This was for a winter solstice contest that was done in like 2014 or something. I don't know. But so I actually made it so you start with various things. There was a few things. I want to say there was like a requirement to do like 3 rooms.
You do like this
Or
tile setup.
3 power-ups.
You use that for the ring room as well.
The background.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
this predates that one.
I think you can tell you've gotten better at using the pallets.
Oh, the door is misaligned. Probably for me to be able to access rooms in testing without other stuff going on.
Makes sense.
Some of these rooms don't exist. I didn't get to them. But this one should, because I think it's the landing site again. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're getting, what you're going for here, but I think you're not quite there yet with the snow texture.
Oh, the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's slightly too little, too white. But that's something that you obviously got much better at with your later hack.
I do like the icicles made repurposed from some of these Norfair like stalagmites.
Yeah, no,
because
those look great. Yeah.
those are fun. Is the background
Absolutely.
custom? It is ripped from Demon's Crest for Super Nintendo.
Ah, deep cut. I
It
only
was
know
a
that from speedruns.
it was available on Super Mario World Central, and I grabbed it at some point. Let's see.
Can you sprite?
Can I? I did a little bit, but I've never been amazing at it.
Something where I would be like, okay, this is absolutely not within my skill set. If I were to hack something, I would probably ask somebody to cooperate with me on the graphics.
Yeah, I want to say I did like only a few rooms. This was kind of the big room I worked on. I really liked the little staircases in the background, and actually I remember submitting this as a one of those room of the month entries and winning some year or one of
Oh,
those
sweet.
months with this one.
That is very clear, by the way, visually clear, which staircase you can walk on and which you can't. So very well done. Oh, those are the same.
Do you
graphics
recognize this
as the other
room?
one. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I apparently I changed the palette on it, but I liked this room from the contest well enough that I wanted to use it again.
Yeah, as I said, the green is really well done. I think just to give it a very, very different atmosphere. Like everything is a little bit brighter, a little bit friendlier, but still washed out.
I want to say that this room used to be bluer. I don't remember.
I mean, the original Metroid grass is just a
Yeah, it
darker
was like
green,
this
but-
color.
Yeah.
This was the other large room that I made.
Oh, that sand looks good.
This is the sand from Meridia pulled into this set, and the same deal with the layering effects for getting it to go along slopes and have detailing.
Yeah, it's new that it is on a slope and looks really good.
I don't know why I don't have missiles up in the HUD. I think it had to do with some limitation at the time.
I mean, it's semi-interesting to start with supers and then get missiles later. It's like, this is the enemy that is resistant against super missiles, but missiles are small enough to sneak through gaps in its armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff which I would be interested in doing. And then at some point, maybe to expedite the whole thing, we would find an upgrade that combines the missile types and now every enemy is weak to them or something.
These graphics were not great. But it's like
They are not.
it's supposed to be like a temple hovering above this lake, floating above.
Yeah.
So, or maybe not floating, but suspended.
Isn't that the same thing?
Well, suspended is... Floating makes it sound like it's actually floating, whereas suspended is... Yeah. But I want to say that all these things that I've shown right now, this is all that I made. Like 4 rooms, 5 rooms. But it was supposed to be a small mini hack. Like the upper area was going to give you Boost Ball, because Boost Ball is actually an item that we have available.
Oh, cool. I mean, is it? Boost Ball was never one of my favorite upgrades, but
It worked. It translated very easily to Super Metroid.
I think it's better in 2D actually. It's hard to control in the 3D games to get the angle right, and the puzzles with it is like you push, release, you push, release the button. It's just not very fun in my opinion.
Looking around real fast.
Actually, if you don't have anything urgent you want to show off, can we call it here?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
other
it's
one
a
that
good
I
time
have,
for me to stop.
the other hack that I have is the longer one that I worked on first in like 2009 or something like that, but didn't finish either. And that would be a longer show off, but it's also less good. So like, I'm fine leaving it alone.
Cool. I mean, leave me blind, then I'll stream it and rant about how bad it is.
People seem to think it was good at the time, and even to some extent today, they'll still talk about it, and I'm like, okay.
You get regular mails. When's it finished?
Yeah. Did I have plans for LP Prime 3? Man, I've been thinking about Prime 3 for years at this point. We actually recorded a little bit of Prime 3 about like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and then never continued with it.
Oh, I should replay it at some point. But
Oh,
didn't
that
really
yeah,
impress
that's
me the first
broken.
time.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
All right.
That's Vanilla Meridia, right?
Oh, I don't know where I'm going now.
Well. Almost.
Wall.
All right.
All right, yeah. This'll do. This is a little bonus show-off segment. Anyway,
Yeah, really cool.
yeah, Eris was a fun time.
It was. Thanks
And,
a lot
yeah,
for showing it all to me and to completion.
Yeah,
Look forward to seeing the videos for it go up if you do end up making them.
yeah, I am. I'm gonna put them up because I know not everybody saw the last live stream, and I feel like it'd be worth it. Even though they're gonna be longer episodes than usual, they're in like the 40-minute range because I don't want to spend like a whole month putting up VODs for it.
Makes sense, and I mean, it was a long stream in the end, 5 hours just for us.
Yeah,
Or 4, I guess.
something like that. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. And
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do next. Probably going to do a Zelda stream, keep working on the Zelda hacks that are the Zelda contest entries. But yeah, that'll be another day.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Oh, good phone call. Good time to end.
Good time to end, but I'll leave you to that.
All right.
And thanks for having me again.
Yep.
Last.
See ya, everybody. End stream.